So, my friend, welcome back to a brand new video. Let's get right into it. Because, if you're a David Benavidez fan, man, you guys gotta be struggling. You guys gotta be depressed. You guys gotta be like, enough is enough. Because recently, Prince Turkish, right? He was in an interview. He was talking about Canelo, all this shit. But one thing he said that was very, very interesting, right? Was that he said that I'm no longer interested in Bivol versus Benavidez. And I'm not going to bid on it. Because if you don't know, the Bivol versus David Benavidez got ordered. The WBC said, yo, Bivol, your next mandatory is fucking David Benavidez. And if you don't fight him, you go get stripped, right? And Turkish responds saying, I think Turkish was just, it's two things, right? It's either Turkish was mad that WBC was trying to call the shots. WBC was trying to be like, no. We gonna decide who Bivol next opponent is. And Turkish was like, all right, bet. He pretty much said, Bivol, if you want to go and make less money with David Benavidez, fine. Go ahead. We're not betting on that. But if you want to make bread, if you want to make 10 million plus, come with us and do a trilogy. That's pretty much what he said. And I want to talk about multiple things. The number one thing, I feel bad for David Benavidez, really. And Turkish kind of did David Benavidez wrong because he invited him. So let's go in order. Number one, David Benavidez, right? He was the mandatory for Canelo, right? They were going to fight, then he got tested positive for cocaine. Remember, the first time they were going to fight, but he tested positive for cocaine. And then when he finally got the WBC and he was mandatory, Canelo didn't fight him. I forgot who he fought. I think he fought Jamal, or I forgot who he fought. He fought someone else instead of David Benavidez. And then David Benavidez moved to 175. He had a choice. Stay at 175 or go back to 168. Because he can't, because he got two WBC interim champion. He had the 168 and 175. And well, he decided to go to 175 because he's like, yo, I'm not going to stay at 168 because Canelo got all the belts. What's the point of staying at 168 and I can't fight the champion? Right? It makes sense. So, bro said, all right, I'm moving up and chasing the 175 Undisputed champions. Now, he is the WBC interim champion. And now Turkish like, nah, I don't want that fight. I'd rather see Canelo versus Bivol or Benavidez versus Bivol trilogy. I don't want to see Benavidez, even though I invited him out to be courtside and to be there so everybody can be hyped saying, oh, that's the next fight. But nah, I don't feel like it because WBC is trying to act like they're big dogs. The only big dog here is Prince Turkish. That's pretty much what he said. The only big dog here is Prince Turkish. So now it's looking like David is again not getting the undisputed shot after being the interim. Bro, I'm a Canelo fan. I'm a big Canelo fan. But this is just unfair. Like, I feel bad for my boy at this point. At this point, you kind of got to feel bad because once he say he's the interim champion, couldn't fight the undisputed champion. Now he's an interim champion 175 and he still can't fight the undisputed champion. So what happens now, right? I don't know. Because the thing is, I don't see that fight happening. Because when Turkish said I'm not billing for that fight, it's meaning I'm not going to pay you 20, 15 million plus to fight David Benavidez. If you want to fight David Benavidez, go ahead, but it's not, you're not going to get the Saudi money. Go ahead and see who else is going to offer you. Top Rank, PBC. He's like, yo, go ahead, Bivol. He pretty much said, Bivol, just know sometimes, like, he pretty much warned him, like, yo, shit can change. You can lose and miss out a big ass paycheck for the trilogy. You can tell Turkish want that trilogy. He said it multiple times. I think you want that trilogy. And again, to be honest, yo, it's hard, right? Because both fights are good. Bivol versus Benavidez is a good fight. Bivol versus Benavidez, fucking Vias, too many fucking Vias in this sport. Benavidez, so both of them good fights are good fights. One is a trilogy and one is a rising up and coming trying to make a name for himself, right? Even though I think both Bivol Benavidez do David Benavidez horrible wrong, but we continue, right? So, what happens now? Like I said, I think David Benavidez, again, is not getting the undisputed fight. I think for the second time in a row, he's not going to get the undisputed fight. Because what I think is going to happen I think Bivol is going to, like what Canelo did when he fought Edgar, he's going to relinquish, he go vacate the WBC belt and just give it to the WBC, and he's going to do the trilogy fight against fucking Benavidez, and it won't be for Undisputed. And it makes sense because both of them already been undisputed, so that Undisputed fight ain't gonna be really, oh, I need it, you know. And also Benavidez already became undisputed. I think he just won an event he's lost, and I think if he does lose, that's his last fight. So it's looking like the trilogy is going to be for just 3 belts. And don't forget, the rematch of Usyk and Fury, it wasn't for undisputed, just go for 3 belts, because the same thing happened. The IBF said, yo, you gotta fight. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was Daniel Dupross. I think it was Philip. I forgot who was the no, I totally forgot who was the IBF champion. I don't even think there was an IBF champion. Or I forgot what it was, but IBF said, no, you're not gonna face fucking Fury in a rematch. You go face whoever the fucking interim champion, whoever we order you to face. And Usyk was like, nah, brother, we're not doing that, because Saudis will pay me way more money than any other org out there, any other promotions out there. I'm taking the Saudi money, even if it ain't for Undisputed, it's still a big fight. He still want to avenge his loss. I still want to prove that I'm better than him. And it went out with a hitch. And I think the same thing's going to happen here. I think Bivol is going to be like, yo, nobody's going to pay me the same amount that Prince Turkish going to pay me. Right, no, fucking, I'm pretty sure the Zone, I don't know how the Zone and the Turkish partnership work, but I don't think the Zone's gonna pay anywhere near fucking top rank PBC. None of them motherfuckers are gonna come close what Prince Turkish will offer for Bivol and Benavidez. Bro, Prince Turkish said, yo, he pretty much translate. He didn't say it, but I'm translating. He said, yo, you go fight Benavidez for like 5 million. But just know, you lose, and you lose your chance for 20 million, 25 million plus fucking fight with Canelo and with Benavidez or with anybody else in that fucking division. So I'm pretty sure we all know what we're doing. I'm pretty sure Bivol is going to relinquish / vacate his WBC belt, and he's going to take the money. And it makes sense. Do the trilogy. Trilogy always do big numbers, even though the fight did fucking only 40K 5 pay-per-view buys. I may make a short on that, or a video, depending. We may make it short because because Canelo made 650K with Edgar, and people say, oh, that shit not going to sell. Crazy, the biggest card only was 45K. Like, for some reason, these Saudi cards does not make bread. It's so weird. We're gonna talk about that in a whole different video, because it's so weird. Maybe it's the time of day. It's weird how none of these Saudi cards, I think it's illegal trades, but still, look at that Canelo card. Made 650K fucking pay-per-view buys. And that wasn't as stacked as the Saudi card. Again, it's weird, but like I said, bro, Bivol, the WBC order Bivol versus Benavidez next. Prince Turkish said, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna bid for that fight, so I'm no Saudi money is gonna be involved. Ring magazine is not gonna be involved. He said, you do you, little bro. He pretty much said, you do you, little bro, but if you want a less paycheck and more risk of losing, of a bigger paycheck in the future, go ahead. But he's not gonna do that. Bivol obviously is gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna go vacate my WBC and just do the trilogy, and it won't be for Undisputed, because hey, doesn't really need to be for Undisputed. And it just, the only thing that fucks it up is that Canelo, well, it's gonna be weird what happens, because 175, there's a lot of opportunities. There's a Canelo here, there's a Benavidez there, there's another fucking guy we may not even heard of. There's a lot of potential fights. But like I said, Bivol versus Benavidez got ordered. Prince Turkish said, nah, I'm not bidding for that fight. The fight I want and the fight the fans want, I don't think it's 50-50. But the fans want is Benavidez versus Bivol trilogy. And that's the fight he wants. So he said, hey, you want this fight? Vacate your belt and get the bread. And I think that's what's going to happen. And kind of fucked up because he invited Benavidez. Like, why you? It's just a fucking fuck you to Benavidez. Benavidez definitely gonna crash out. Because imagine getting invited, like, oh shit, okay, mate, I'm gonna be next. And then Prince Herbert's like, nah, you're not gonna get the Saudi money. So again, I don't know what happened. Maybe something happened behind closed doors, but like I said, Bivol probably go take that Saudi money and fight Benavidez. Again, I mean Benavidez, not that. Again, kind of Prince Herbert's kind of did Benavidez wrong. This is the second time. Hey, if I had a nickel for every time Benavidez was the interim champion and he was about to fight the Undisputed fight, but the Undisputed fighter fought somebody else, I would have 2 nickels. Not that much, but it's weird that happened twice already. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Yeah, fuck off.